So Adam, what a great way to end our league campaign this season. What are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, it certainly was. I thought it took us a bit to get going. Probably the first goal coming to us helped us settle into the game. Great bit of play from Joe in tight area. Switched it and then really good ball and finish from Lewis and Ollie. So yeah, I think that helped us settle into the game. Probably didn't start with our usual intensity for the first 15 minutes, but after that, as soon as we got that first goal, I thought some of our play was excellent and probably could have come in a bit more emphatic at half time.
Yeah, like I said, for most of the first half, we're in complete control. It could have been about 5-0 at the break potentially. What would you sort of put that down to? Get into the groove in that first half.
No, yeah, just finding our rhythm a little bit. I think they sort of kept us boxed into this part of the pitch for it felt like about 5 minutes or so. But when we eventually got our foot on the ball and we started the game a bit sloppy really from the kick-off straight away. An outside pass from Joe that got turned over and put us on the back foot, and I think from then it took us a while to just find our rhythm, and the goal really helped with that. Then when we did some unbelievable play, and probably for 30 minutes, the last 30 minutes of the first half, probably some of our best play all season in terms of the chances we created. And then they've come in with a bit more of a game plan second half to make it difficult for us, and we then got to find a way. There's a couple of challenges and you're just praying that everyone comes through okay. Ollie Pearce, a bit of cramp, which, he's praying Hunty with his ankle. Baxter's a really nasty tackle. He's the only one we've got a slight concern over, really. I think the lad sort of raised his leg on the follow through of the challenge, which you never like to see, but hoping it a bit of time to recover. He shouldn't be out for too long if he's and should be ready for the playoff game.
I want to talk about the 2 goals we scored in the first half. 2 incredible goals and 2 really enjoyable goals to watch. I think especially from the away end as well. They seem to love that.
No, yeah, it was great bit of play, like I say, in tight areas. I think we switched the play well, got an overload, and then great ball, great finish from Ollie, who's done it all season. I think 31 goals is an unbelievable return for him. And then, great run 2-2 for Cam John. We want him to, him and Malachi to get forward and create overloads, being full-backs, and, great run, great ball from Joe. Good timing on the run. I think the linesman's done well because I think the left back was a bit deeper. He's timed his run well, and then tucked it away going around the goalie. So 2 really good goals. And like I say, I think Malachi had a really good chance. Ty had a couple of half chances. Ollie had a couple as well. So probably could have come in a bit more emphatic. And all the time it's only 2-0. The next goal's big, but another clean sheet, which is important. I think we limited them to very little. So all in all, a pleasing day's work.
Ollie Pearce ends the season not only as the club's top goal scorer, but the league's as well. I know we've spoken a lot about him this season, but if you could maybe try and sum up his campaign and how important he has been to us.
Yeah, I think it took a while for him to adjust to this level, and I think he'll be the first to admit that for probably the first 8 games, getting up to speed with it. But then, one thing about Ollie is really clever, intelligent player. It's like he's dropped down the leagues in terms of his intelligence, and lots gets made of his age or whatever, but I think that's something that gets better as you get older, that intelligence. He's not one that's particularly reliant on pace, but his finishing's second to none, and we've seen that time and time again. Probably a bit of a half chance really, and he's tucked it away for us, and that's what them top strikers do.
For Cam as well, he waits 6 years for 1 goal and then he gets 2 back to back. What are your thoughts on his overall game, the last couple of games, and how important he can be
yeah,
the rest of the season?
Saying like London buses, isn't it? You wait all that time and then 2 come along so quickly. But he's a real confidence player, Cam. I think hopefully this will give him a lot of confidence and a lot of belief in himself. He's a top lad, top player, and wanting to really finish the season on a high now, and hopefully these 2 goals will really help him do that.
Yeah, we didn't score in the second half, but defensively very sound as well, and on top of that a clean sheet, to add on to Harrison and obviously Rory's list today as well.
Yeah, I think they made it difficult. We got to come up with I think the switches of play was the key thing today. We still worked the ball into good areas without really creating too many good chances second half, but all in all, we take credit, these places are tough to come. It's the National League, every game's a different challenge and difficult one. it was a different challenge first half to second half, and you know that's our learning. When the game changes, can we change with it and see where the overloads are on the pitch.
At the end of the game there, you know, when obviously you go up to the press bench, speak to the BBC and stuff like that, hearing the thoughts of the opposition fans, you know, saying to you and admiring how well we've played this season, how important is that for you, you know, to get that admiration off of supporters, you know, to respect the way and what we've done this season?
No, yeah, that's obviously brilliant when you go over to our fans and, you know, they've travelled all that way to support you and send them home happy, which is the main thing. But then, yeah, I think Eastleigh showed a lot of class today. You know, we got applauded off by a large bulk of their fans today. And yeah, it does mean a lot from the away fans. You know, don't always get that. But, you know, the well wishes that we got from their supporters, they, I think, respected that they've seen a good side play today. So yeah, I think there's a bit of class from them and really appreciated.
Yeah, and obviously now we finished the season on 96 points. In most leagues in England, you'd see that as a promotion. Obviously now we've got, you know, another battle on our hands with that being the playoffs. How is it to sort of, you know, pick up and go again in a couple of weeks' time in that playoff semi-final, you know, having known we finished the season on 96 points?
No, yeah, I think that was our challenge going into today. We wanted to keep a clean sheet. We wanted to finish on 96 points. We wanted to try to get to 2 more goals. I think it would have been a club record. So we was pushing for that as well. So a couple of in-house sort of targets, and you know, I'm really pleased with the season. We fall 6 points short was we in the end of a very good side that were relentless throughout the year. So you know, the best team at the end of the 46 games has won the league, and you know, got nothing but admiration for the job Dean's done, the group of players he's got together there. So you know, we wish them well. But yeah, I don't think it's a case of us. You know, I think sometimes when you finish second and you've been challenging all year, you can go into the playoffs with a bit of a lull, but I think we're going into it with momentum. We're 8 unbeaten now since Braintree. We've won 7 of those. There's been some really good displays in there against some top teams as well. So, you know, I think it's about us keeping our momentum. Normally the team with momentum is a team that does well in the playoffs, and we feel we've got that. So it's definitely not a lull. We're going to try and pick up where we've left off and go into this campaign now of, you know, the playoff game on the 20th with a huge amount of confidence.
Obviously we've got a couple of weeks now before the next game, and that being the playoff semi-final. You know, do you maybe give yourself a couple of days off, or is it straight down to business tomorrow morning?
No, yeah, I think we'll have a couple of days off just to recharge. You know, we won't lose too much by having a couple of days, and I think that's important for the players as well. Mentally, it's a slog, 46 game season, and to be up there challenging throughout the large bulk of that, it's a hard slog. So it's about getting that balance right now: rest, recuperation, at the same time some hard work. We've got to work hard, and like I say, take this momentum that we've gained in the last 8 games into the game on the 20th.
Our opponents on the 20th will be Oldham or Halifax. You know, either way, we're going to have a cracking game on our hands at the LNER on the 20th.
Certainly are. I mean, you don't enter a National League semi-final playoff game and it's going to be easy. One tough game, we know that, but yeah, what an occasion. Certainly myself, going to really enjoy it, and I want the players to as well, and want the supporters to come and give their all, because I think if there can be the difference. You know, the crowds will be a big part. If they can come in their numbers, get behind the players, they know they're going to see a team give their all for them out on the pitch. And you know, it's a one-off game. Anything can happen. You can get a sending off, you can get a bad decision, a lucky goal, whatever. Anything can happen in a one-off game. But we're going to try to stick to what we can control, and that's our game.
Thanks for your time, Adam.
Cheers, guys.